Now, every Saturday at this PetSmart, there's more than meets the eye that's going on. The goal of this is just to find a forever home. Reporting from UTVS News, I'm Breanna Saunders. Once they've received all the hair they're donating, they simply put it in a garbage bag, put it in the cardboard box in the back, and wait for it to be shipped out. Valentine's Day being February 14th, many people give out chocolate as gifts, but other people may come to the Humane Society to surprise their significant other with a pet. But that may not be the best idea. The main goal of the fashion show is to spread body positivity. Another thought of point is to know you're beautiful the way you are. For UTVS News, I'm Breanna Saunders. Typically in Minnesota, you hear the word winter and you get snow. But the recent heat wave has surprised many of us this past week. Despite the controversy that happened last week at Starbucks, they are now doing a nationwide training for their employees on May 29th. The outcome of the training, only one would know, but hopefully it leads them in the right direction. For UTVS News, I'm Breanna Saunders.
Going downtown to grab some drinks with friends should be fun and enjoyable and a positive experience. However, for one St. Cloud man, his night went differently than he imagined.
Our very own Breanna Saunders is outside the Press Bar and Parlor where the incident occurred. Bree, what can you tell us about this situation?
Hi, Piper and Tony. Yes, I am right outside the Press Bar and Parlor where an incident that happened here on October 7th changed one man's life forever. Alex Halverson and his girlfriend started their night with a few drinks and country music.
Well, we usually go to Cowboys first because that's, I feel like, the most quiet bar with the most amount of people.
As the night winded down, Halverson and his friends made their way to the next location.
Basically, towards the end of the night, went to the Press, and we were just having a good time.
With drinks in hand, it was time to bust a move.
And all of a sudden, bouncer comes over to me and says, "You're out of here, you got to get out."
What came next for Halverson was unexpected.
I started asking him, like, you know, what's going on? Like, why am I getting kicked out? He's like, I don't know.
With unanswered questions, frustrations started to build.
And all of a sudden, different guy comes over and just pushes me down the stairs.
After tumbling down over 20 steps, in a blink of an eye, Halverson's night took a turn for the worst.
My girlfriend eventually came up behind me. She asked the same dude, like, could you just tell us at least why you kicked us out? And the guy's like, I don't effing know, lit a cigarette and started talking to his other bouncer friend.
Still with no answer to why he was thrown out, tempers started to flare.
Then the cops were obviously, they sit like right there when, at the end of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I started talking to them, and to them I just looked like some drunk guy that was screaming.
Once Halverson and his girlfriend arrived home, they called the police to file the report.
When I talked to the officer, when he told me there's not much I can do legally, then he said, you could always make a post on social media and basically just kind of give the press a big middle finger. I'm like, well, I guess that's better than nothing, so that's what I did.
After reading all these reactions, Halverson found out that he's not the only one going through this situation.
There's one kid that I knew, I don't know if you read, but he has a visual impairment, and I was actually in class with him, and they said because of the way he looks that he was drunk and they kicked him out, and he said he was sober, actually. I've seen him before. He just has, a little bit of visual impairment with his eyes.
The press was unable to be reached for comment. They did, however, post on their Facebook page a reaction to Halverson's situation.
Had I known a little bit more, and had I known that their story was going to be that I was doing cocaine, I would have gotten a drug test right there.
And after talking to Alex, overall, he's just very happy that it didn't end differently, and he's very thankful that he's okay.
Wow, Breanna, what a story. So, did he break any bones? Is he okay?
Luckily, Piper, he didn't break any bones. As you could see in the video, there was severe bruising on his ribs. It's a miracle he didn't break anything. He's actually a runner and runs marathons, and ever since the incident, he hasn't been able to run, but talking to him, he's looking forward to hitting the trails soon.
Wow, that is good news that he wasn't injured. So the press did not release a statement on the incident?
No, Tony. I went to the press many times trying to get a statement from them, but as you could see in the video, they did post on their public Facebook page a statement about Alex's incident, so that's what they want the public to know.
All right, well, thank you, Breanna.
Well, on September 5th, the Trump administration announced the end to the DACA program, which is known as the Deferred Action for Child Arrivals program, created by President Obama.
However, if residents of DACA expire between now and March 5th, 2018, you have until October 5th, 2017 to submit your new paperwork to the USCIS. After that, no paperwork will be accepted.
Well, now UTVS News reporter Breanna Saunders found out about a heated protest that took place yesterday. Bree, what can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right, you guys. DACA, a controversial topic at the moment that's hitting home for many people across the country. The Emancipation Ride protests focus on sticking up for others whose voices will be lost if DACA is removed. I got the chance to join them as they made their way to downtown Minneapolis.
And we cannot wait for others to decide what time they're going to act. We cannot allow to others to dictate the actions that we need to take now. Record it live and send it out there and tell people to come and join us.
And action is exactly what they did. The gloomy weather did not bring down the mood for the Emancipation Ride protesters, which were strangers from St. Cloud and Minneapolis, but were brought together to help make a difference.
We are trying to build bridges and stop the walls.
Mariana Gutierrez, the leader of the protest, expressed how the day went well, although they felt they took 2 steps back in progress as they faced a problem arriving at their last stop of the day.
They used to ask for an appointment with the sheriff, and look how they receive us. They lack our people.
They work for an administration that is just racist beyond belief. All of you have blood in your hands.
Later on, they were released, but it only made the other protesters want to raise their voices even louder.
Today's event is an honor and in memory of those that all over the world are searching what we are searching here.
We'll be back! We'll be back!
Though the protest brought an angry side out of many, at the end of the day, they gathered and remembered that love was really the mission of them being there. Well, the protest ended with all the recipients who marched getting on the bus safely.
Wow, quite the day they had there, Bree. Was it only men and women that were the minorities there, or was it a good mix?
Surprisingly, Tony, it was a good mix of all genders, all races. They just came together as one, creating an environment that was really welcoming and encouraging for those who were younger that were marching as well.
So how long were the protesters locked inside the police station, and how many of them were locked up?
Jenna, 4 protesters were locked inside for about an hour, though no one spoke to the crowd when they were released. They are planning to go back this Saturday, September 23rd, to march again.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Bree.
Thanks, Tony. In the heart of St. Cloud, there's many places people love to go, and one place in particular is Central Perk right in downtown. No, you won't see Rachel Green or Chandler Bing at this Central Perk, but this place is going under some renovations. After opening up his own place, Alan Schur, the owner of Central Perk in downtown St. Cloud, had a change of heart for the city.
After we opened up down here, I fell in love with downtown. It's a lot of fun. There's so many neat people down here.
But as his love grew, he now has to say goodbye.
Third week of March, we actually got a cease and desist order from Time Warner themselves. And we've since learned they actually have a Central Perk under construction. They're building it to look a lot like the TV show one in New York City. And then they want to branch it out and have it across the country, Central Perks.
Small coffee shops are special. There's pressure to uphold a family business.
It definitely has its difficulties because, again, like mom and pop shops, we're small and we're all based off of just family-owned things. So Alan and Odessa are the only ones who run this, and then they kind of count on the rest of us to keep it up too. So it's a little difficult, but at the same time, it's very interesting and very fun.
And as the relationship with that one sitcom, you may ask.
She calls me up. She asks me, "How does Central Perk sound?" I'm like, "Central Minnesota, Central Perk. Hey, it works perfect for me." She's like, "No, that's not where it came from." And then she went and explained it all, and it came from the TV show Friends, but I've actually never even watched the show.
Seriously?
Yes.
But as they wind down, they're hopeful and are leaning on their friends going in to their next project.
I thought it's time to see if we could sell it, and hopefully we go out on top.
Breanna Saunders, UTVS News.